next thing I'll show you how to make is a hand roll. Hand rolls are personal sized sushi rolls. They're in the shape of an ice cream cone, and they're actually eaten just like an ice cream cone too, from the top all the way to the bottom. What's nice about hand rolls is that you can make a whole bunch of them very fast, and they're kind of good for large parties because they're more or less appetizers that everyone can just kind of grab. Also, the nice thing about hand rolls too is you can pretty much put anything inside of them. So if you're a vegetarian, just even having some leftover vegetables can be used to make the sushi hand rolls. So to start out, we're going to start with the half sheet of the toasted seaweed. Again, the rice is always going to go on the texturized side. And for the hand rolls, you want to make sure that the seaweed stays as dry as possible. Once the seaweed gets wet, it starts to shrink and it doesn't look as nice and appetizing. So you want to make sure to start out that the seaweed is really dry. So I'm going to place it right on top of the bamboo mat again. And since we are looking for a cone shape roll, we're going to make sure that when we put the rice onto the seaweed, we're going to create a triangle with the rice, and that will give us the exact shape that we want. So to make the hand roll, we're going to use a lot less rice than we did for the California roll. For the amount of rice that we're going to use, it's pretty much going to be the same size as a golf ball or a ping pong ball. So it is a fair amount of less rice than a traditional classic roll. So I have about a golf ball shape size amount of rice. I'm going to place that on the left portion of the seaweed. And again, I'm going to create a triangle or a V shape with the rice itself. And that will in turn produce the cone shape once I start rolling this hand roll. And again, it doesn't have to be a perfect triangle as long as the basic shape is there. Okay, so I made the triangle. You can see that the triangle is not directly in the center of the seaweed. It's actually a little bit set to the left-hand side. And that's important for when I'm rolling the roll itself. So again, just like the California roll, I'm going to start with my vegetables. In this case, I'm going to start with the julienne cucumbers. I'm going to put some of the julienne carrots in it. I'm going to use some of the snow pea shoots. And again, when you're making a hand roll, you kind of want some of the ingredients to kind of stick up over the top. So I'm going to kind of place these so that the shoots will be visible for when you're eating the sushi roll. Next, I'm going to put a little bit of avocado inside. Just using the butter knife, gently pressing, removing the avocado. And since the hand roll isn't as big of a roll as the California roll, we don't need as much of ingredients to make this. So for this one, I'm just going to use a little bit less than half of a full crab stick. Place that right on top. So now there's two ways to roll this hand roll. One is to roll it flat on the bamboo mat, and the other way is to actually roll it in your hand. The traditional way is to roll it in your hand, but easier way to do it at your house is probably just to do it on a flat surface. So now I'm going to lift up on the bottom left tab, and this tab is going to come up and over the ingredients that we just placed into the hand roll. So this is going to come up and over, and it's going to fold over, and this corner right here is going to line up to the top part of the seaweed, right where the rice and the seaweed meet. So it's going to line up right there. And I'm just going to continue in that rolling motion, gently pressing to hold all the ingredients in place. And now once I get to the very end, the seaweed won't stick to itself. So kind of a cool little technique to do is you want to grab a couple grains of the sticky rice, place it right on that tab, and then you're going to kind of smudge it and smear it with your thumb. So that way, this will stick right onto the seaweed itself. So once you've done that, you have successfully created what's called a tamaki in Japanese, and the translation would be hand roll. And again, I really like these hand rolls. You can make a whole bunch of them for party guests or just for your own personal use. And it's just a really cool way to eat sushi itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a few more of these hand rolls more fast, and I'm going to plate them on a platter just to kind of show you what the different kinds of sushi hand rolls look like. So this one did have some of the crab meat. I'll go ahead and make some vegetarian sushi hand rolls, and then I'll show you a good way to plate and present the hand rolls. Made 4 hand rolls relatively quickly. I like to serve the hand rolls on a circular plate, that way I have a really nice presentation. And so as you can see, if you're having a large party, it's a very good way to eat sushi. Like I was saying, it is somewhat of an appetizer. You can make a whole bunch of these different types of hand rolls and have a beautiful display and presentation. Again, they don't all have to be different ingredients. They can contain just one vegetable or just one ingredient. And you can be creative with it too, kind of mixing and matching different ingredients to create different types of sushi rolls. So this one was the California, and all of these were vegetarian sushi rolls. But again, it's totally up to you what you want to put inside of your hand roll.